Albert Einstein at School. This lesson is an extract from the biography of Albert Einstein, named The Young Einstein by Patrick Pringle. In this lesson, Patrick familiarizes the reader with those years in Einstein's life where he was struggling each day in school, and as each day passed, the school diploma felt like a far fetched dream. It throws light upon a few encounters with his teacher, what he felt about the neighborhood he lived in, and how he had only one good friend, Yuri. The way Albert strategizes to get out of the miserable place that is his school, and how things turn around in the end makes the story even more interesting. So let's begin this chapter. The lesson begins with an account of Albert with his history teacher, where the teacher asks him about the year in which the Prussians defeated the French at Waterloo. As usual, Einstein does not remember it, to which Mr. Braun points out that the reason for this is because Einstein never bothers to learn them. Albert justifies that he finds it pointless to digest dates because one can always look them up in books whenever needed. The answer left Mr. Braun dumbstruck for a while. Finally, he replies and tells him that similarly, most of the things being taught in school can be looked up in the books, and there is no point in mugging up facts. Einstein, without realizing that the statement was sarcastic, agrees with him. Professor concludes that if Einstein doesn't see any point in grasping facts, then he should not also be a believer and follower of education. Albert very clearly replies that he is undoubtedly vested in the idea of education, but according to him, merely digesting facts is not at all education. The history teacher then, in an attempt to mock him in front of the whole class, asked about his elaborate version of ideal education. Again, being very clear about his idea of education, Albert replies. He says that it is useless to acquire knowledge on dates of battles and number of men that were compromised. What is important is to read and analyze the reasons that were responsible for the battle between two armies. Mr. Braun got extremely angry and interrupted Albert's speech and punished him to stay for extra classes even if it were of no good to anyone, including Albert. The teacher then calls him a disgrace, expressing his displeasure of having him around. Albert mentions that he doesn't want to be there either. The teacher then remarkably calls him an ungrateful boy who should be ashamed and suggests that his father to take him away from school. That afternoon, Albert was unhappy when he left school. It was not that the day was bad, but in general, days were getting bad at school, and he hated the thought of going to school every morning. His only wish was that his father would take him to Italy along with him, but it was pointless to ask him because he would anyway make him stay here until he completed his diploma. School was surely an unpleasant place for Einstein, but his place of stay in Munich was nothing better. Because of limited cash availability with his father, he had to stay within the poorest neighborhood in Munich. However, poverty, bad food, dirt, and lack of comfort hardly bothered him. It was the frequent fights at the place that he hated. Even the landlady's family was a violent one, where she used to hit her kids every now and then, while her husband beat her every Saturday after he came back home, and that too drunk. Now, here we are introduced to his friend Yuri, who is also not very fortunate. He reminds Albert that he should be glad about the fact that he has a room of his own to live, even though the neighborhood is not something he likes. In return, Albert reminds Yuri that even though Yuri lives among poor students, they are all civilized and non-violent. Yuri interrupts to correct him that not all of them have manners, and only last week one was killed in a fight. The one who killed him did not face any circumstances except never being allowed to play a duel again. The only regret that Guy had was that he won't be able to show off a scar as a symbol of bravery. Albert sighs at the state of students pursuing diplomas. Yuri then gives Albert some hope by saying that he will be a student too, to which Albert expresses his doubtfulness. Albert expresses his concern to his cousin Elsa, saying that it is not very likely for him to pass exams. Elsa, who had come to visit Einstein in Munich, normally lived in Berlin, the place of her family business. Elsa tried to convince Albert to learn just enough to pass the exams by learning and repeating facts, and that she had seen a lot of dull guys do it. Albert again exclaimed that learning things by heart is not his best suit. Elsa presented her counter argument that anyone can learn like a parrot, but for that one needs to try, which Albert doesn't. She then expresses irony by mentioning that he always has a book under his arm. Albert tells her that it is a book of geology which is not taught in school. He adds that they are hardly taught science at school. Elsa doesn't understand why he is reading the book if it is not a part of his curriculum. Albert clarifies that he likes study science and considers it a reason good enough to read it. Elsa understands this, but also warns him that it is not going to help him in passing his diploma. Albert was very fond of reading science books, and the only other thing that brought him joy and peace was music. He played the violin a lot, but only until his landlady told him to stop. The sound supposedly irritated her, and she justified by saying that kids already make a lot of noise in the house. Albert wanted to say that she is the one who made her kids cry all the time, but somehow resisted the urge to say it, probably for the better. Rest of the part we will do in our next class.